was feeling a little better, but we just told him to go back home and get another day's rest. And he definitely is feeling a little better for sure. Nope, Damian hadn't practiced yesterday or today, but hopefully we'll be back by tomorrow. Yep, same illness. Hey, man, it seemed like we need to because I had it right before Christmas. Yeah, like the 23rd, and I didn't get rid of it until like the 26th. So it's been going around for sure. You just got to keep working, and I just told the guys that they have to bring DJ and Damian up to speed on what we've been doing because we put some stuff in the last couple of days that's going to be major for us to win that game on the road, and I'm sure it'll be easy for them to just a couple guys to be brought up to speed. Great atmosphere because they're the only team in the city, and everybody loves that team, and they're 13-1 and playing the best basketball in the conference outside of us. And it's a big game for them. You know, they're having an all-black out, or they're wearing all-black uniforms, and they want the crowd to wear black, and they want it to be, I guess, intimidating to come into their building. But the crowd they were there early last year in the shoot-arounds, like the warm-ups or whatever. So, yeah, they'll be rowdy. Well, I mean, this goes back to the schedule that we played. We played some games where we couldn't take a possession off already this year, and that will help us going into that environment because we went into a very rowdy environment in Knoxville, and it's the same environment pretty much. Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, I would have loved for them to adapt to us, but for me to have I wanted another big in the game. But for me to have another big in the game, I needed to go zone. And we hadn't worked on zone in like a month because we were playing man-to-man on that 10-game winning streak. And only one time we tried to run zone, and that was at UAB in the first half when Precious, Alo, and DJ got into foul trouble. And we tried to play zone, we got down 20. Even though guys were shooting 18%, 20%, they made the threes in the first half. So we got out of it and just started pressing the entire second half. But we're going to revisit doing that because we got to be able to make teams adjust to us. I kind of adjusted to them and played only 6 guys. We need to play more guys to keep guys fresh. How do you do that, play more guys when you don't know? Well, I mean, we're prepared to play, and the guys are going to play. We're going to keep fresh bodies on the floor so we can maximize our effort for every minute, every second that we're on the floor. I think that's the only thing that hurt us, that guys got tired at the end and didn't push through. Yeah, I think defensively we're ranked like number 2 in efficiency as far as, defensive efficiency. So, that's pretty daggone good, but we're low in turnovers and assists. So I think offensively we're struggling more than we are defensively because we didn't score the last 4:30 of the game or for whatever of the game. And, we just needed fresh bodies on the floor. I didn't, but I was hoping that it would, and I'm glad. That's why we went on a 10-game win streak. We were able to get some defensive stops and carry the game plan out defensively to push teams into lower percentages of shooting. And but offensively, I think we're struggling more than we are defensively. We got to find a way to share that basketball and make plays for one another and make shots. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I mean, it just is what it is. And it's almost a setup. It's like right before we went to Oregon, we were 16th, they were 17th. Now they drop us to 21st. I think they're 23rd or something like that. It's like, I don't know what kind of game they're playing or whatever, but, we're just going to continue to just work because I don't think that it was fair that we dropped 12 spots. I thought that was pretty harsh. The boys already know. I mean, obviously, when you go from 9 to 21st in one game, and we've been watching the rankings all year, on teams jumping up that weren't ranked and things of that nature. So, I mean, we'll just have to continue to play well. Well, it's reality. I mean, that's motivating enough that we dropped from 9 to 21st. Like I said, we worked hard, man. We got ranked 16th when I thought we should have been ranked higher with the number 1 recruiting class. And we won a lot of good games. Even though those teams aren't doing well now, Tennessee has injuries. Ole Miss has had injuries and been on like a downslide or whatever, but they don't count those games early on in the season North Carolina State, and they're saying that our strength of schedule probably isn't good enough, but I just think that we just have to keep working.
Do you also think they're kind of punishing you since James left? That was another reason that they could knock you down even further?
Well, I think that they think that we're just an average team without him, and that we're not a superpower team unless we kept winning, and that's part of it.
Obviously, all the off-court stuff was well documented early in the season. Have you kind of been able to completely put that in the rearview mirror?
Yeah, I've had to. I've had to put it in the rearview mirror. Obviously, it was tough for a couple weeks, 3 weeks, but now it's just focusing on this team and trying to get guys healthy. We get everybody back healthy, man. I love my team, and I love what we can do in any situation against any other team.
You spoke about strength of schedule. How important is a game like Wichita State when you have a top 25 team to play?
It's very important because they beat some really good teams that they're building. They played all their strong games, with the exception of one. They went to Oklahoma State, which was playing really well earlier in the season, and they won a big game there on the road. And they've earned their respect, and it'll be if we go in there and do what we're supposed to do, then we'll get that respect back.
What is it that Wichita State does well? Is it that they're just older now? They got more experience?
They went out and got more experience. Obviously, they're freshmen that played well for them last year, and now sophomores that are playing well. But they added some more talent, and they added some toughness, and they added veterans. They got some juniors that came in, some guys that had sat out last year, and obviously some JUCO guys. So they're playing really well, and their freshmen are playing well this year as well. I mean, they're stepping up to the plate.
Do you like having a game like this really early?
I do because it just feeds into what we've been doing already. I mean, going to Portland and playing Oregon, playing North Carolina State in Barclays, going to Tennessee, having Georgia here, having Ole Miss here, it plays right into there. So I would love to have these tough games early. Yeah, he's more locked in like all the guys are. I think right now we knew that we dropped a game that we shouldn't have dropped. It was a tough situation, and now we have to make up for it. And, everything's not going to be smooth. We know that. So now we have some rockiness in our team, and let's see how we respond from it. They're going to follow my lead, and I'm ready.
While the defense has gotten better and better, the offense statistically has gone down a little bit. What's the remedy for fixing that?
Just sharing the basketball, making a play for your teammate instead of trying to make the play for yourself. I think it got into a one-on-one game the last 4:30, and we didn't take advantage and win those battles. Need to move the ball more, get to the basket more, own the free throw line. That's what we need to do. Mm-hmm. We do it like for 3 or 4 days straight in film session. We overload them with film. We walk through the plays a number of times. During every timeout, we're reiterating what's going on, what we see. They're getting every opportunity. It's just to lock in on their own focus. They have a job to do as well. And when they get out there, they just start reacting to the play instead of understanding what we're trying to do and sticking to our game plan. Yeah, well, I mean, you do. I mean, obviously, we've done some things this year that have been special. To be 12-2 right now and to be still ranked nationally, we've done some great things and be playing defense the way that we are. But obviously, we know we're going to make a lot of mistakes being a young team. They're still freshmen and sophomores. We only have one senior, so we just have to know that, and that you're going to have some times out there where they're going to just be young. One of the toughest because it's the only team in town, so everybody buys in, the whole city shuts down, and everybody comes to, and then they've been successful over the years. Coach Marshall has done a great job of the environment being there, and he's making it. I'm sure every interview, TV or radio, social media, we have to be the rowdiest that we can be to kind of shake Memphis up because they know that this is going to be a big game. Yeah, I've always loved going on the road because I used to love to put the dagger into the opposition's fans. I love to hear the groans when you get an open shot and you make it, you keep that puts the pressure on the other team. So as a coach, I like that as well, going into those environments, trying to spoil what they had going, or what they have going, and that's what the team is trying to do in Wichita.
Do you sense that your players that you got, you did it at Tennessee? Do you sense you
Yeah, because we have the mentality of road warriors. We want them to win on the road. When you win on the road, then that means you can win in the NCAA tournament. If you can win in tough environments, you can win. You can win in an NCAA tournament game. So that's what we use every game as that motivation, especially on the road.
What's your thoughts on the loss of George B over the weekend?
Yeah, that's tough. George B, great kid, was a great student at Lester Middle. He and Alo were my only two sixth graders on the team at the time, and I used to always put them against the older guys. And to hear about his passing over the past weekend it's been devastating to all of my kids that played for me and the Binghamton community.